Hello my friends, welcome to Honest Violets. Today I'm here with this unique plant, Albuca spiralis or Frizzle Sizzle. If you're for the first time on my channel, please subscribe and click on the bell button to be notified of all the videos that I post every week about plants and gardening. Stay tuned, we're starting. So this is a succulent-like plant. It's not a succulent, but this means that it grows like a succulent and you need to take care of it as if it's a succulent, just like you grow your other succulents. Well, let's start from the description. This plant has a bulb. This means that it needs a dormancy period, which is actually in the summer, right after blooming. Here you can see that it has two buds, 1 and 2. I will have maybe 10 to 20 yellow leaves that will smell, I don't know, but they say that they will smell like butter and vanilla. I have this plant for a couple of months and this is the first time blooming with me. So I will update you on my Facebook and Instagram profiles about the smell. Let's see how it will grow. And also they can pollinate very easily. The seeds germinate quite well, so this is something that I'm also going to try and update you about this as well. And you can see that these curly wonderful leaves. Now there are some very interesting facts about these curly leaves. Well, let me show you just as an example. You can see how curly this leaf is, and you can see that this leaf is not so curly. Well, this is a younger leaf and this is an older leaf. And the reason for this is, first of all, the flowers. Well, when the plant starts to flower, actually flowering can make your plant, the leaves of your plant, grow straight. If you don't want this, you can cut the buds, but I think for the first time you should leave it just to see how it flowers, enjoy the flowers and the smell. And then for the second time, if you don't want it, if you prefer, well, more curly leaves rather than flowering, then you can cut the buds. Also, when it starts to bloom, the tips of the leaves, for example, here you can see they will turn dry. This is nothing wrong about the plant, and here you can see too, see it even breaks because it's so dry. But this is just because of the normal life cycle of the plant. When it starts to bloom, then the tips get dry to save the energy and to put all the energy for the flowers. Well, as for the light, they prefer full sun. Well, of course, based on your climate, if it's a scorching sun, you see that the plant doesn't like it, then move it a little bit in the shade, but not complete shade. So I mean that they need lots of sun, but just make sure you don't burn your plant. And of course, you can grow them even outside. And in the winter, when they start to grow, actually, so the dormancy will be in the summer, then towards the autumn, they will start to grow. You will need to start watering, and then you will see the new growth from the bulb. And this is a time when you can propagate it, ensure a really bright place, well, full sun in winter, if it's possible, as much sun as possible, let's say. And that's the way how you grow it. As for the watering, well, again, as a succulent, this means that you need to grow them thoroughly so that the water goes out from the holes of the pot. But then in between watering, you need to have these periods when the soil gets dry completely. If you overwater, there is a risk of root rot, and also if you water too much, let's say that the roots do not get rotten, but you water just too much than the plant needs, then again, the leaves will grow straight and not so curly. So you just have to kind of develop the feeling when and how much to water your plant based on the soil, on the size of the pot. Well, and actually they do not need a huge pot. So the soil should be kind of sandy and really well drained so that when you water it, in between the waterings, the water can go through the holes, and then the soil can get dry completely and easily, actually. If you forget to water your plants, or for example, now you see that these leaves bend down, this is what will happen if you water a little bit late than your plant needs it. But as soon as you water it, like I need to water it already now, then the leaves will grow straight again. Actually, it's growing just like this. Under the sun, normally watered, it grows like this, but now it's a little bit loose because I actually am late with the watering. So after the flowers, actually the plant will go into dormancy. Well, if you continue to water it, maybe the plant will continue to grow, but as we all know, with the plants which need dormancy. It's not a good idea to continue watering. It's better to organize their dormancy period, because then they will get energy for the growth and flowers and buds and the rest, and proper growth and new babies for the next year. So dormancy is something that they really need. So just to sum up everything unique about this unique plant, well, it has a bulb, it has a dormancy period, the leaves will get curly, but then will start to get to grow straight if it starts to bloom or if you water too much. You need to water it properly, but then have these periods when the soil gets dry. If you are late with watering, then you will have these loose leaves. As soon as you water, the leaves will get straight again. And you need to make sure full sun, very bright place for your plant, proper watering, proper fertilizing, and of course the soil, but the soil should be for cacti and succulents. And repotting not every year. Well, if you want, you can still repot it every year after dormancy into a fresh soil, but if not, then you can just keep in the dormancy just like this in the pot in the soil, and then you can repot it and change the potting mix every 2 or 3 years. And the most wonderful thing about this plant is that it never gets diseases or insects. The only thing that can happen to this plant, or the only problem that you can have with this plant, is actually root rot. So this much for today. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to my channel. If you like it, click on the like button. You can of course also share it. I will really appreciate it. And stay passionate about plants. See you next time.